Hello everyone, and welcome back to a shaky new camera angle that will hopefully be better than the last one. My name is Sarah and this is I Talk to Notebooks. So today I'm going to be doing a shaker card tutorial. Well, it's not a tutorial, it's a shaker card journal with me, because there are 1,000 tutorials on how to make a shaker card and I don't need to explain what has already been explained. Just put it into YouTube. I'm so sorry about the shaking. It will not stop. So a lot of people like to make shaker cards frequently. For me, I only make them for very special occasions. And this pandemic, I'm very lucky. I have a lot of things that other people don't have, and I'm genuinely grateful. But I think even those of us who are very lucky, who have our jobs, who have our stability, who have a roof over our heads and don't have to worry about where our next meal is coming from, who don't have to worry about dying from this disease as an immediate threat, there's just still a lot going on in the world, in the media, online, and it just gets to be a lot. Especially with people being stressed, irritated, a lot of time on their hands. The world is becoming kind of a bitter place, kind of a nasty place. It's hard to be positive about the future sometimes. And with everything being so different, life changing so much, I've just been feeling really, really isolated and really just kind of shut off from everything, kind of like I'm watching the world go by. And it's hard to know where to turn in these times, because sometimes when you try to talk to someone about these feelings, they have their own feelings, and they're going to maybe spiral with you or make things worse, or sometimes give advice that isn't helpful, or tell you that you're being stupid, and just overall it doesn't help. But one thing that has been absolutely instrumental for me has been spending time with my boyfriend. He is someone who does not let this stuff get to him. He is somebody who takes life one day at a time, really lives in the moment, is a generally positive guy, and he doesn't seem to be too bothered by all of this. He seems to think that life is pretty much the same, but with masks and social distancing and a little bit of extra hand washing. And he's optimistic about the future. He doesn't spend time in toxic places or hang out with people who are catastrophizing or spiraling or name calling or arguing. So he's just really an inspiration to me. He's a balm, honestly, and I really see him as someone who has helped me kind of get through this. And one thing we did, which I don't know if everybody's comfortable doing this, but we went to the beach and we social distance, we wore masks. I gotta do all my virtue signaling here, but we did, and it was amazing. It was just what the doctor ordered, just getting a break from the routine, getting out of the city that I live in and going out farther. I live in a really urban, crowded, just miserable place, and we got away from it and saw things like cornfields and barns and small country stores, and it was just so nice to not be just in this festering scab that we live in. So that helped a lot, and just getting fresh air, change of scenery, some sunlight, seeing other people at the beach even though we couldn't get close to them was just, thank goodness. And we have a bunch of traditions we do at the beach too, so it maintained a sense of normalcy. So you're probably thinking, Sarah, this is a channel to talk about journaling, not to verbally journal your entire life out into the camera. See a therapist. You're right. But my point is, I want to make shaker cards for this trip. I always try to take some good pictures so that I have something to remember the trip by, because a lot of times remembering last year's trip, looking forward to the next year's trip, is always just like a bright spot in any year. Last year was for me worse than this year, because just a lot of stuff went down that was kind of unexpected and sudden, and I had to kind of learn how to do a lot of stuff really, really quickly that some of which I thought I had more time to learn, and others of which I didn't think I was ever going to have to learn. So the trip last year was really, really special as well, and needed. And just every time we've gone, it's just usually seems to fall at just the perfect time. So without any more blabbering, I'm going to show you how I make these shaker cards. So first, I have these Polaroids that I printed out from my phone using an HP, not HP, the Fujifilm Instax Share SP2. If the shaking is making you sick, I don't know what to do. I've tried stabilizing it 100 times. I think there's a ghost. Or it's just pinned to my chair, which is moving because I breathe. I am a breathing organism. So this is you can get this on Amazon. If you want, you can let me know. I can do a video on like tools that I really like using during journaling. I don't like to do a lot of like, get this thing videos, because that is a fun part of journaling, like shopping for supplies. I like shopping. Kill me, I guess. But I don't ever want to get too much into that mentality, because hobbies like this can lead to, you know, feeling like it's about the things, or about hoarding, or getting a big messy craft room. That's something that I always struggle with personally, and I don't really want to infect other people with that unless they're interested in being infected. But this is definitely something that I will never regret buying. And this is a great little photo printer. It takes Polaroid film, and then it just spits out the pictures, and you get to watch them develop, and it's so cool. So I really like this a lot. I got one for my mom too, and she loves hers. So the first thing I want to do is I want to lay out how I want this shaker card to look. And the funny thing is, yesterday I had this perfect plan, and now I'm not getting how it worked. Oh, I was just going to use these two pictures. So there's a picture of the beach view that we had. It's the ocean, the lifeguard. And then here is the stormy road as we drove back. One of the traditions is there's always a rainstorm chasing us back home, and it's scary. A thunderstorm, actually. That's a tradition that is God's, not ours. I guess he likes to get in on it. So I'm going to put this here. This is from just a little, Michael's has these mini paper packs, and I really love this one. I use it even when it's not a beach trip, just because I love the colors, the pink, the brown. Oh my gosh, those are just pastel colors that I really like. So this is just a little cutout card from there. I'm going to put it there. And then I also want to put in, I think this mermaid. And I'm going to put her there. And how high up? She looks like she's praying too. Hope she's okay. So I don't, I'm not going to make this too precise, because I'm just trying to relax, make something that's, overall visually appealing to look at. Not trying to be the next Picasso. I wanted to stress myself out. I would log into Facebook. Here we go. I think that's looking pretty fine. I think, oh man, it's just, there's just that little bit of extra space on either side. Just making me sad. What can I do? Oh, just nothing is lining up. That's awful. Why would anyone do that to themselves? I think, wait. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to be very naughty. I'm going to pretend that this doesn't exist. I'm going to cut it off later. At the knees. Something else I really wanted to do. It's a lot of pink, isn't it? I wanted to take this scale paper from the same paper pack. Oh, that's so cute, right? I wanted to take this little sunglasses punch. There's a kit I got on Amazon for like 30 bucks. And it's a bunch of different ones, like 50 or so. It's good. A little hard to use. I just want to punch out a nice little strip of empty sunglasses. Can you see what I'm doing? I think you can. Is the camera shaking enough? Probably. Listen, this is a service I'm doing for you guys by having the camera be like this, because everyone knows The Cloverfield is a great movie. and you're not going to be able to stomach it if you just go and watch it straight away. So this is actually going to help prepare you for that experience. Or if you prefer, you can see the Blair Witch Project. It's pretty much the same. Oh no, I'm losing the glasses. No. So I want to actually save the punch outs because I already have collected about 50 of them. And I want to put them in as part of the shakers. The things that shake. You'll see. If you don't know what I'm talking about, if you've never seen a shaker card before, all will become clear. Basically like you put this glitter and little pieces of shapes into a plastic pocket. Now, how do I get this to work? I feel like I should just do it like this at the side. I think that's the way to go. So I'm just gonna measure that out and give it the old snip. And here comes my cat. Oh, she says meow. There we go. That looks pretty stupid, but I kind of like that kind of stupid, so I think I'm going to go with it. Alright, so now we have the layout done. We have the glasses punched out. So the next thing to do is to introduce a tool. Now, I have, of course, forgotten the name of this tool. It needs to be plugged in. It's called the We Are Memory Keepers. I think it's called the Fusion Tool. Oh no, I'm shaking. So much shake. Apologies. You know what? Just take a minute, eat some crackers, take a few deep breaths, get some fresh air. Because I actually need this tool to heat up a bit. I'm trying to make a video that is not going to have a lot of editing because my computer has reached capacity. It's not barely working at all. So I just want to upload this straight from my phone to YouTube if I can. You know, Lord willing. Oh, you know what I can do is I can glue on this little thing. Oh, can I get my pencil case without disturbing the camera too much? Not really. Okay. Ooh, no, that's a critical hit. Critical. Okay. So the tool is not great. It's the only one of its kind. I've never heard of any alternatives. It's not a hugely popular thing. It's mainly exclusively used for shaker cards. You've got to be joking. I do not see my glue stick in this pencil case. Which begs the question. Oh wait, there it is. Thank goodness. Because I don't ever not have it in my pencil case. So there's that. Someone would have stolen my glue stick. I haven't seen anyone in a long time. So, the beach trip was great. It was awesome. I think we might go twice this year, which is fine with me. Is this mermaid wearing headphones? What is that? Is that normal? Do mermaids wear headphones? Do they work underwater? I don't think that should be allowed. It seems like a great way to electrocute yourself. Actually, lots of electronics work fine and safely underwater. Okay. Thank you, Sean. Appreciate the input. Okay. So, we have the layout. Now there's only one question. Is the tool hot? The spirit is willing, but the tool is weak. Cannot film this twice. I should have saved my long beach COVID sadness rant for now while we wait for the tool to heat up. You know, I'm not the only one either. It's not like I've got some terrible situation. Lots of YouTubers, content creators are talking about how depressed they are and how they have been in a dark place. And Blair White was just talking about this, how she's just been in a horrible depression for the past 6 months. And how she's just ready to, she's going to move to Texas to get away from Los Angeles, which is probably a good move. Anyway, she's in a similar but much worse situation as me in terms of living in just a putrid swamp of germs and immorality. But I I think for her also, maybe some part of it is just shaking things up, doing something, having a purpose, going somewhere. You know, when the world is in chaos, sometimes it's nice to feel like you have agency over your situation, even if it's just, you know, something small. Like, I went and got some plants for my balcony. That made me feel like I was changing things. I was making a difference in my own sphere. And I think a bigger thing like a move is, of course, going to have that effect even more. I mean, even going on a little trip to the beach helped with that. You know, you can't even see those sunglasses cutouts. What was I thinking? You know what I should have done if I had an IQ of higher than like 1? Here's what I'm going to do. I think I can still save this while the tool is heating up. I'm going to cut off that much of this, right? Yes. And then we shall have, instead, we're going to have this here and this here, right? Yeah, you see where I'm going with that. You can't really because everything's sliding around, but I think the tool is ready. We're about to find out, right? So we're going up against this right edge. Could go up against the left edge. Maybe we should do that. Because I usually like to do the pictures first. We're going to do the left. My only tip is if you have a photo pocket like this and you're going to use the whole thing, make sure that this longer part is on the back side, or else you're going to hate yourself later. And the source on that is I've definitely hated myself later because of not following that rule. And I had to fold over the sticky part over my photos, which was distracting visually. Okay, so this tool is basically just going to seal the plastic, the front and back part, with heat. So the photo will stay in place. It's like creating your own photo pockets. Well, that's what it is doing. So you just gently kind of just roll that down like this. It's not that hard to use, but it's also not like super easy to use. Did this work? It's not super pronounced, so not sure if it worked. Oh yeah, it's not hot enough yet. I can keep talking. I can do this all day. Well, I can, but my phone will run out of memory. So I just start the whole video over, actually. But I don't want to do that because I feel like this one has gone well so far. And, you know, if you're just watching this in the background while you're doing your own thing, which is the point of this video, of course, then it shouldn't bother you too much. Yes, yes. Our suffering is eternal. This cat is great. I realized I was waiting for the tool to heat and trying to think of something to say. I took this giant jar of generic Rite Aid Vicks Vapor Rub. It's so soothing. It reminds me of when I was little and I had a cold and my parents took care of me. I'm gonna like slather it all over myself. I used to like mentholatum, but then it's kind of like a drug, right? Like mentholatum I was too tolerant of it. I needed the hard stuff, right? It's like, my boyfriend always says, are you supposed to rub that all over your entire face? Isn't that for your chest? Like burn your nose hairs? I don't know, man, but I feel good. But unfortunately, I just petted my cat with Vicks hands, and cats are known to hate Vicks Vapor Rub. That's actually a real fact. You can rub it on stuff you don't want them to scratch. I haven't tried it yet for reasons that I myself do not understand, because she scratches a lot of stuff that I don't want her to scratch. Let's see if this is ready yet. Please let it be ready, thinks you. Can't stand another second of this incessant babbling. Oh yeah, this is the stuff right here. You can see it's making some nice track marks. Well, you might not be able to see, but if you watch one of the other videos, it's actually helpful. Then you'll see how it works. See, look, and then I turn it upside down and it stays in place. Magical. Truly revolutionary. Except it isn't, because sometimes it breaks through or it doesn't seal great, and then you're back to square one and there's glitter everywhere. I'm not falling for the particulate glitter. I have small little glitter particles that I always end up... Oh no. No, look at this. Look what happened. Look, it opened up. Tragedy. It's stricken. Now everything is going to fall apart. Brace yourselves. We're entering turbulence. Oh, turbulent moment. Okay. Hopefully you all survived. So I had the seatbelt light on. And now, see, things like this teach you about perseverance. And I get to look at this picture while I'm doing this for the third time. I don't know what's wrong with this tool. I normally, like, don't let it heat up that long. About to, like, touch it to my hand to see if it's hot, which is patently insane because it gets very hot. It's like glue gun levels. Okay, we're gonna try this again. I'm gonna press a little bit harder. Sometimes the pressure matters. And usually I tend to go more lightly because if you go too hard, you can rip right through the plastic, which is not the point of this exercise. There we go. I think we're gonna say that that did it, right? Looks done to me. So next comes this stormy picture. It's a cute one. I think it was a really good picture. You know, I'm so used to taking photos in portrait mode. I think because of social media. Snapchat maybe did this to me. Maybe just stupidity also, but my boyfriend kept reminding me like, oh, take a picture in landscape mode while we were driving. I was like, oh yeah, that is the mode that you're supposed to take pictures in of landscapes. So good thing he was there and he took this one. He's pretty good at not being stupid. That's like one of his redeeming qualities. I wouldn't even call it a redeeming quality because that would imply that he has something to be redeemed from. But he's pretty much perfect. Alright, so now we've got two separate photos and they're not going to hit each other no matter how much you move them around. Which is important because this is shaker card and we're going to shake it. Dagnabbit. My mind totally went blank. I couldn't think of anything, any equivalent of like, you know, something more rude to say. It's just like, maybe I've been watching too much TV. It's brainwashing me. It's probably not TV. It's probably Reddit. I've got to get off there. Oh, it's such a disease. Okay, this is really pretty. I like this. Is looking better in real life than my planned layout. I'm just going to seal this part off here. Now, am I going to cut off this gutter? Do I trust this tool to actually seal the edge here? No. I think I'm going to leave the gutter intact. That's what I'm leaning towards doing. Vote in the comments. It will not affect this video because that's not how YouTube works. So next in comes the mermaid. Actually, no. Next comes this. Right? That isn't it. That's not supposed to go there. This is fitting in where it should not. I'm going to go over this section again because it came loose. This tool comes with a couple different tips and a stand, all of which are useless, I'm pretty sure. I haven't ever seen anyone use any of the other tips. The stand, I can't even figure out how to get it to work. I saw someone using it on YouTube and it just is terrible. So, luckily it kind of creates its own stand, as you can see. It's not touching the desk, which is good because that would be more of a fire hazard than that low burning candle I have for aesthetic reasons. So I'm just going to seal off the side here because we already have a built-in top seal on this photo pocket. I think I may have screwed up. I left way too much space on this side. Oops. Mistakes were made. Maybe I can still save this. Oh wait, no, it's fine. It actually lined up nicely. Look. See, there is hope. Just gonna seal up the side here again. Oops, it's not flattening for some reason. Much like the curve. Actually, the curve has flattened. Okay, you know what? I'm not an epidemiologist. Don't come for me. Okay, so we have all the seals in place, but I want to put the glitter in here. And by glitter, I mean some actual sequins and then these little sunglasses as well. This is also a better camera angle because I can see what the camera's seeing, even if it is shaking back and forth violently. I can see it. I can see what's shaking. I'm going to try to make a smaller mistake. This is not going to go well, I'm going to be honest. I'm trying to use this spoon to like catch these. It's not going to, oh no, here's the end. Problem is they don't all face the right way. This is not double-sided paper. So some of them are going to face white side up, which sounds like a racially motivated pun, but it really isn't. It's just the way that I don't want it to be. Okay, hopefully some of these are going to be the wrong way up. It's going to be fine. They're still sunglasses shaped. Okay, I'm just going to pour those into there. You see the idea here? The idea is to get sunglasses into the plastic, but in front of the paper. I feel like there are some people watching this video, like there's a particular type of person I have in my mind who's like, what is this for? What is the purpose? How is this useful? It's not. Doing things, oh no, no, this is what the tool is supposed to prevent. Look, there's sunglasses on my storm picture. Now this is upsetting. Oh no! See, in my fit of rage, I convulsed and slapped the camera. Okay, this can be saved. My phone is definitely like 200% gonna run out of memory. There's no question. I'm gonna have to edit it together. Okay. That has just made my life infinitely harder, but we can work with it. So what you do in this situation, this is a learning moment, right? It's a teaching moment. I can teach you guys what to do if everything starts to fall apart. Which it is. This is it. This is the apocalypse. Whoa. You guys remember that song? It was so popular when I was in high school. And this, yeah, I'm not even gonna talk about it more. Just, yeah. Me talking is, there's been enough of that. I think we got our quota of me yakking on about insipid nonsense. But honestly, when I put a video on in the background to journal to, I like it when people talk about their lives. Emmylou Arts is always sharing like tidbits about her life and why she's journaling the stuff she's journaling, and I just prefer those channels more. The authentic ones though, not like, I want to throw shade. I'm thinking of a particular YouTuber who seems to be all about authenticity, but her videos seem kind of curated and not that authentic. You can say what you want about this channel. Oh, you have no subscribers. You're not good at editing. I'm actually not bad at editing. The problem is that I don't have the technology to do it without it taking like way too long and likely resulting in something that I can't use because my computer will crash and delete it all. So I have a good computer, but it just isn't, I've had it for too long. There's too many files and it's just complicated stuff. Nobody needs to hear about my computer problems. I cannot believe I'm gonna have to pick up all these sunglasses again. You don't have to do anything. It's your choice. It's true. And in this matter, I intend to persist fully. Persist. Okay. Now this is good because it's sticking to the cardboard, which means it really fused that time. I'm going to go over all these lines because I'm kind of done with stuff moving around. Normally, this does not happen to me. Normally, it works right the first time. So, just for the record, you're catching me on kind of an unusually bad day. Did I already do this one? Okay, I'm going to cut through the paper if I do that. Let's do that line again. Let's do, this doesn't look right at all. Not even a little bit. I think I may have broken. There, this one's really stiff now. It's really holding into place. I can feel there's a lot more sturdiness to it. So, you can break them apart if you need to, like if you mess up and want to take something out, and then, but then you'll need to start over with a new photo sheet once it's gotten. Maybe I'll try to take smaller amounts of the sunglasses at a time. Let's do a half tablespoon, teaspoon. Sarah, do you cook with that? Well, a better question would be, do I cook? Sometimes. I get on Jags. I always wanted to be, like, good at cooking. But the problem with that is that you have to practice a lot. And who wants to practice cooking? Me, sometimes. And that's when I use these teaspoons and tablespoons and fractions of therein, of the aforementioned. You guys, today at work, and by at work I mean on my laptop doing work, because I'm working from home, I had to fight with Adobe Reader. That was my big career accomplishment today. My big, go off to change the world and make money and help the company become better. I had to troubleshoot Adobe Reader. I was 3 pages into an Adobe Reader. Not Adobe Reader, oh my gosh. Adobe Acrobat DC. What does DC stand for? Nothing good in my experience. And I was 3 pages into the Adobe forums. I thought the Adobe forums would be okay. I figured they would have decent customer service. No. Do not think such terrible things. Okay, now I think the tool is smoking. So I'm going to unplug that since I'm done using it. I think, again, this is not prepare for impact. Sorry. Okay, no apologizing. It's my channel. I'll shake the camera as much as I want. Oh, but we won't subscribe. Your content will be bad. Content is already bad and nobody's already subscribed. So if you're here, you're here. If you're not, you're not. Okay. Flowers is the next part. These are from Michael's kit. They come in pairs. I love them. Look, there's lots of different colors and they come in pair of flowers and this beautiful glitter, which looks so tempting to put in with the pocket. But no, it will slide in between those little tick marks and fly everywhere. Up my nose, into my eyeball. We all know about the eyeball. So I'm just going to take a little bit. You don't need a lot of this. Well, you need as much as you feel that you need. But for me, I like to just take, I'm not showing what I'm doing at all, this much. That's rubbed out. I think it's a 1/4 teaspoon. And just, this is what happens when you get your measuring spoons at Walmart for 50 cents. Still no regrets because they only cost 50 cents. You know, that's kind of how I feel about things. It's like, well, if you bought the more expensive product, it wouldn't be broken. It's like, yeah, but it's broken, so I'm glad I didn't buy something more. I don't know. I know it's not logical, but I know myself, and I don't take great care of things. I tend to also be very clumsy and have accidents, so. Oh, this feels like it's really missing something. Like right there. I need a word, right? Like a word, like a sticker that says something inspiring, right? Do I have anything inspiring I can put there? Something like beach day moment of beachiness. I don't think I do have anything quite like that. Do I? Nice seashell. I feel like that looks stupid though. Should I leave it? Should I have written something in pen? Because now it's a little too late. No, it isn't. I could pull the paper out, but then I have to put all the glitter back in. That is not happening on my watch. Oh. Okay, so my phone died while I was in the middle of just deciding whether to get up and get a sticker or not, and the Lord intervened so you wouldn't have to hear that boring section. But I got a sticker. It's from the dollar store. It says, smile. Normally I wouldn't pick that one, but I think it's pretty cute. So we're gonna pretend that telling somebody to have a particular facial expression is helpful, because sometimes it is. Did you know that actually scientifically, if you smile, it makes you feel happy, I think. Wait, no, this is the wrong side. My phone is gonna run out of memory. Glitter is falling everywhere. Society is collapsing into chaos and madness. That's why they're called shaker cards, by the way, is because you can do that and then the glitter moves around. And you may think that's kind of like a baby rattle. Yes, it is. Alright, so now the only thing left to do, if my camera will let me, is to just rip off this little cover. This reveals some adhesive. And oh my gosh, you fold it down in the front, which is the opposite of what I told you to do at the beginning. I was wrong. Make sure that the long part is on the same side that you're working on, because now I've got this line here. So this entire thing was a little bit of a failure, but the result looks kind of cool. And look, shaking. It shakes. Thanks for watching. Sorry you had to see all that, and I'll talk to you guys in another video. Bye-bye.